tremendous looking trophy.
Welcome to the number one PlayStation podcast in the Oceanias. My name's Don Blunt. Joining me, as always, Ashley Hopper.
Hey, John. Excited to be here and excited that my investment into a PlayStation 5 is finally starting to pay off.
You gonna sell yours?
Increasing in value.
You gonna sell yours and buy another one?
I mean, probably not.
Yeah. That's like it's like collectors, people like oh man, I've been open this pop vinyl shit. You gonna sell it? Nah. Just take it out.
But it is worth more.
Just take it out, man. Just take it out. Put it on the shelf. It's fine. Do you keep yours in the boxes?
The pop vinyls, most of them.
You fucking nerd. Get the fuck out of here. Why would you do that?
They're easier to display in the box.
But you can't even see them all in the box.
You can.
No, you can't.
You can. You can't see the back, but the backs are pretty boring.
That's disgusting. Absolutely fucking despicable. All right, this week on the show...
Let us know in the comments which ones...
A platinum for news happening, even though we're recording on a Monday. Love that for us. Let's get into it. So, firstly,
that's just foreshadowing even more news coming.
Yeah, State of Play's getting announced tomorrow.
Tuesday.
Fuck yeah, let's get announced tomorrow morning. Love that for us. What happened last week where it was just like straight away?
PSVR. They tweeted out that random tweet. PSVR coming early 2023.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
PSVR 2, and then there was no other news until they said, "Hey, it's going to be a Tokyo Game Show this year."
So that's cool. All right, welcome to Savage Game Studios Plus, expanding our community. Writes the PlayStation blog. Herman Holste over here. Hello, PlayStation Nation. Today we announced that we've entered into a definitive agreement to acquire Savage Game Studios, a hugely talented team of creators with many years of experience making some of the most popular mobile games enjoyed by players around the world. They were founded a few years ago with the goal of fearlessly exploring bold new ideas. We share their tireless ambition to innovate, along with a continued drive to expand our audience and bring PlayStation to more people than ever before, making them a perfect fit to join PlayStation Studios. Then there's on the blog, you can read the whole thing where the Mikhail Katkov, CEO, talks about there. I'll find one. Here we go. Our mobile gaming efforts will be similarly addictive, providing more ways for people to engage with our content and striving to reach new audiences unfamiliar with PlayStation and our games. Savage Game Studios is joining a newly created PlayStation Studios mobile division, which will operate independently from our console development and focus on innovative, on-the-go experiences based on new and existing PlayStation IP. So, we've been talking, I feel, for ages about PlayStation's moving of the chess pieces towards making mobile gaming a success over at PlayStation's side. Savage Game Studios has like one game under their belt. I presume with years they just must have a bunch of people there that I'm just not aware of.
Okay, so in January of last year, they raised $4.4 billion to create their two gaming studios. So Katkov is the founder of the popular Destructive Fun blog and podcast, and the founding team includes seasoned gaming veterans from Rockstar, Wargaming, Rovio, and Next Game. The team had 10 employees at the time. The first title was is a shooter game for mobile devices. I think somewhere the company sees an opening for a new type of free-to-play shooter experience dubbed a cooperative player versus environment looter shooter. Yeah, so I don't know if that actually came out because, I went to the Savage Games website and there's no listing for an actual game.
So
yeah. It's like, hey, join our team. Maybe there's going to be more interest now.
The reaction to this news has been interesting. As with anything mobile gaming, people who don't care about mobile games either just turn off or the other side is a bunch of people acting like this is a terrible decision for Sony, should have brought a real studio, etc., etc., etc. Of course, the answer is all these people are wrong though, because mobile gaming, even if you don't care about it, is massive. as a business, Sony not pushing into the mobile gaming space, is going to be a very poor business decision. The fact Nintendo pushed into it several years ago and has slowly started like putting out more successful stuff there, be it the Pokemon Go partnership with Niantic, be it the Mario Kart game, etc., the Pikmin thing they're trying to do, Niantic, whatever else. Like, definitely as a company, and Nintendo's usually one who doesn't try new things, but they were like sort of early to recognize that.
Yeah.
I feel like for people who don't try or play many mobile games, there's still the stigma of Candy Crush, I guess, or just vaporware, all that sort of stuff. That's not what when every time PlayStation talks about this mobile division or like the effort they want to put into it stuff, it sounds like they want to build proper quote unquote proper games, right? Not microtransaction filled bullshit. You know, I'm sure there probably will be microtransactions, especially if the games are free to play. Again, there's nothing wrong with microtransactions, I don't think, if done correctly. But yeah, I feel like if they can build upon some of PlayStation's most successful IP and don't try and bring something like Horizon to mobile in a shitty port or some weird card spin-off game or something, but actually something like set within that world.
Give us the whatever game it was called.
You don't even remember what's
Give
called.
us a mobile version.
You're so excited for it. You don't.
It's probably not a good sign that I can't remember the name of the game. But yeah, give us that.
You lost.
Mobile.
You can't make this joke unless you move the game. But I think this is all. I think this is all good news for Sony. I think it's a good direction to take the company. I feel like buying some studios to focus on console-based gaming and stuff. But the thing is, they're being really smart. Like, look at all their recent purchases. They've brought some stuff like Bungie and whatever else. Like, that's a core gaming company. And then they buy someone like Nix's. All they're doing is porting to PC. So now they're expanding more into that PC market. And now they're starting to buy places like this Savage Game Studios to push into mobile. Like, they're literally covering all
their bases. You know, they obviously put money into Epic. You know, they've got, I believe they bought another support studio, was one of the more recent purchases. They're just making smart decisions for the wider landscape. And I feel like the most important thing people need to remember about mobile gaming is it isn't necessarily massive in the West, but it is massive in the East. You know, in the Asian market is like up there with
bigger than anything else.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So why wouldn't Sony, a Japanese company, want to like get a piece of that pie? You know, what this really does is it like shoots any hope of a Vita 2 in the head.
I think a Vita 2's long dead.
Long dead, but you know, this is the last.
Vita means life, but also life eventually ends and you'd stay dead.
Part of life is death.
Yeah,
you know,
and you get buried and you don't come back, right?
Unless
we don't. But PlayStation doesn't believe in reincarnation.
No,
they're not Catholic.
Just remakes, not reincarnation.
Remakes, not reincarnation. That's right. So, and I mean, look, if they expand into, if you look at like Xbox, Microsoft, they don't need to make a handheld console, and they're not going to. What they've done is they've gone, well, let's make the technology and the platform so everyone's phone becomes our handheld thing. Mm. And really, Sony can follow suit with that if they want as well. Like, they can have good quality mobile games that you download from the App Store and stuff, and they can build upon their cloud streaming stuff so you can play your console games through a cloud service.
To your phone, yeah.
So there's really no need for a Vita as much as
people want one.
Yeah, like it's a
very small minority want some. Yep.
I say this as someone who loved the Vita, but like as the technology grow, and it's hard to say because in Australia we obviously don't have the cloud stuff, but I believe we will be getting it one day. Come on, Adelaide.
Come on, internet.
Come on. We will be getting all that one day, and when we do, it's not like we won't need the Vita. Like, you'll be on your lunch break at work, right? You pull out your phone, you plug it into your, what came out the other week? What the fuck's that company called? Whatever. You know, the handheld controller thing.
The Backbone?
The Backbone. You pull out your Backbone, official DualSense Backbone thing, put your phone into it, you hook up, you're using the 5G, you play half an hour of Horizon side quests, off you go. Like, why would you don't need a video? You know what I mean? Like, at that point, doesn't matter. Like, that's the future. People don't love it, but that's the future. And if you don't want to do that and you want to play something a bit more simpler, you'll have the App Store and you'll download whatever the fuck Savage Game Studios is making. Some easier to digest
shooter on your mobile phone.
Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, so that's acquisition. What else we got here? Not this. What the fuck am I open here? Get the hell out of here. I didn't ask for you. What is this, actually? Oh. No, I'm good. No. Keep it here. Keep it live, everyone. Press Start runs another new PS5 model is releasing very soon, which should allow for faster console production. So, it's been revealed by Japanese retailers that Sony released a third PS5 model in the coming weeks with the new CFI-1200 model set to launch in Japan on September 15th, the same day as the price hike in Japan. We don't have concrete information about which new model will add change, but it's been speculated that an upcoming PS5 model will use the AMD 6nm chipset. Because this is a newer chip, its availability should be a lot better, and will also need to produce PS5 consoles at a much faster rate. Even though the chipset is quite different to the custom 7nm AMD CPU already in the PS5, it's not expected that there'll be any major performance changes with Sony making the change purely for production efficiency. And then Presta did update this story saying Australia is once again the first country to get the 2022 PS5 console revision. And it's been seen in the wild and people have already picked it up. So at the moment...
There you go. You can buy PS5s. That's what we're hearing.
So they, in their follow-up story, they said they've been able to identify the new unit, the CFI 1202B, which is the digital version, and the 1202A disc version, which were purchased from EB Games, Harvey Norman, and JB Hi-Fi in the last week. The only immediate difference between this and the 2020 model that we can work out from both product manuals is the weight, which has gone down by a similar jump to the 2021 model, which obviously results in different parts / internals. The digital PS5 is 3.4 kilos less. The disc one is 3.9 kilos less. So, and the fun fact is this now means that the new model of the disc PS5 now weighs what the digital PS5 did at launch. So there's your fun fact.
Incredible. They got rid of an entire disc drive.
Yep. Otherwise, nothing changed.
No.
You should hopefully be able to get more. You just have to pay $50 more.
The price you pay of actually being able to get stock. You know what I mean? You know, because I'm sure a certain amount of that increase is like the newer chip, even though, you know, they're pretty much the same. It's like they're going to hike it up a little bit because of the shortages and that kind of stuff. So
now, we touched on this on Arcade Couch, but
yes, go listen to that.
Yeah,
and how angry Kieran got.
Kieran gets very angry. Now, it's been a little bit longer. PS5 price hike, of course, if someone's listening somehow doesn't know, awkward moment for you, but PS5 has gone up.
If you're listening and you haven't bought one, you've been waiting.
PlayStation 5 has gone up $50. But yeah. So you think $50 increase, but hopefully be able to get more, and do you think that's a fair trade-off for the public?
I think that is a fair trade-off. Okay. With the inflation the way it is, and like certain things like going up crazy amounts, it's like that isn't too much of a, like, what is that? Less than just a couple % increase? Like, I don't know that off the top of my head.
I'm bad at maps. Don't ask me this question.
Yeah. That's gonna bug me, but yeah,
2.2%.
It's not a crazy percentage increase. Yeah, I don't think it's too much to ask. Okay. And if it means there'll be more PS5s in stores for Christmas, I think, you know, I don't think you're going to care in 12 months when you're playing all the games that you wanted on your PS5 that you had to pay an extra $50 for the console. 2 years in. You know what I mean?
It's sort of an unheard of.
If you've been waiting for 2 years and the only way you can get it now is an extra $50, that's a small price to pay, in my opinion. And you had your chance to get it for cheaper.
I could tell. I was like, there's one more thought. I can see it.
Come on. You had, you could have tried harder to get one, is all we're saying. Is all me and Dylan are definitely saying to everybody who's listening who has not gotten a PS5, who wanted one, you haven't been trying hard enough. That's what Dylan Blight and Ashley have said.
I feel like I haven't really said anything for the last minute, and that was all you, but...
I'm just pulling that from previous podcasts.
You can't take something I said in a previous podcast and apply it to this scenario.
It's called a quote.
That's not a quote. I think that's not how quotes work at all. I think that's the complete opposite of how quotes work. What are you, fucking Sky News over here? Jesus Christ. Like a Murdoch Media Ashley Hobley?
Okay, do you think people have had a chance to be at the PS5 and it's their fault if they haven't got one now and have to pay an extra $50?
I don't like the price hike. I covered this on Arcade Couch.
That's because you're a communist and want everything to be free and give it away to everybody.
I don't like. I understand the economics, but as I said, I think it sucks for the people who had potentially saved up or was saving and had a goal of 750 in mind, and suddenly it's gone up $50. I think that sucks. I think that's just. I understand it's how it is, and hopefully those sorts of people in those scenarios can accept it is how it is, not get too annoyed and save that extra 50. But as I said, for some people who aren't as fortunate, the extra $50 is going to take that could be months of extra work, extra yard mowing. I don't know. Extra snow shoveling, extra babysitting work.
Just sell some stuff. I don't know. Do you have, trade in your PS4?
What if they don't have
PS4? Do they still accept PS4s?
No, I fucking don't know. I know you can't buy a PS4s. They're as bad as hard to get as PS5s.
Just trade in your Xbox Series X.
You're assuming they've got a Series X? Not...
Yeah, that's what I'm going to go with in this crazy scenario.
And I say this, as someone with two in my room. So it'd be very hard.
What do the boomers say? Just stop having all your avocado on toast, and then you'll be able to pay your extra $50 for your PS5. Bloody millennials. Yeah.
Avocado on toast is good though.
It is.
Stop having your coffees.
It's so good, but now they're literally everywhere. Like nearly every place has avocado on toast.
Yeah, it's good breakfast food.
Yeah, but the rarity of it's gone now. You know what I mean? No,
it's more rare to just ask for lettuce on toast these days.
It is. That's true.
More likely to get avocado on toast.
But then why is the avocado so expensive? There's so much of it.
Can I have a BLT? They're like, nah, mate. BAT.
Can I have a BAT? Yeah, sure. Please. Take it.
We got so much avocado.
And that's been avocado explosion this week.
Push Square writes, Discord integration allegedly imminent for PS5. Sony will allegedly bring full Discord integration, including voice chat, to the PS5 in the coming months. This follows Xbox manufacturer Microsoft beating PlayStation to the punch, despite the latter investing in the social media platform. According to Exputer reporter Tom Henderson, citing sources who previously leaked the DualSense Edge controller, the integration has been in the quality and assurance phase for the past couple of months, with progress reportedly going very well. Henderson reports that the functionality could be added as part of the next milestone in firmware update version 6.00, which is currently being beta tested, due out in mid-September. Version 6.00 includes requests for features like game library folders and 1440p output. I'm looking forward to this because there was a time recently where I can't remember what was doing. Oh, it's just anytime we stream, right? Anytime we stream, this integration is going
to be a console. Yeah,
this will be a life changer for any future Twitch.tv/Exposure Network streams where we're playing a PlayStation multiplayer game. So I'm looking forward to it.
My ears looking forward to it, so I only have to wear the one set of headphones.
Yeah, exactly. So it's hard for some people. This is like I don't understand why this is relevant for me. I don't care, but yeah, there's a boy. Is there a relevance?
Yeah.
Oh, you want to stream Apex? Yeah. Let me open Discord on your phone and put your headphones on so you can listen to the game music anyway or whatever. So.
Listen to the footsteps coming from behind me.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's why I always get shot on stream because I can't hear the footsteps because I'm listening to you guys. Yeah, it's dulled out because of the headphones. Yeah, let's go with that.
It's not your skills.
But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if, this, of course, the rumors of a showcase in the coming
it's going to announce now tomorrow morning.
If that gets... Oh, okay. If it's not announced tomorrow morning, it'll be in that showcase.
No, I mean the showcase.
Or the showcase getting announced? Okay, well... When that announced showcase takes place, this Discord information will be in it.
Yeah. That's what I'm assuming anyway.
Yeah.
We're about to hit September.
Yeah.
Time is now. Gamescom just passed.
Time is there.
PlayStation. Last time after E3 period week thing, Sony was like the week after. They were like, we're in. We don't want to let the hype die down. We don't want to wait too long. We're in. State of play. Let's go. One thing that was announced at Gamescom, though, that we need to talk about on here quickly as well. DualSense Edge controller, as that story mentioned. So it is basically the Xbox Pro controller with PlayStation, which is exactly what I wanted. I'm very excited. I don't think any price point's been announced yet, but that's totally fine. I don't really care what the price is. I'm going to buy it. Would you see yourself ever upgrading to one of these Pro DualSense Edge controllers? Or?
I think so. I haven't bought a second controller yet.
Okay, so that's a lot easier for you.
That's a lot easier justification.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just, it's like, oh, I definitely do need a second controller at some point. So why not get the best plan possible? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just would like to have been able to see more of the controller. I think, this trailer is very dim, You see the front. Let me see what the actual buttons. Give us a full 360. What do the back paddles look like, or back buttons? What are the little things sticking out down the bottom? What are they?
What do you mean down the bottom?
Underneath the joysticks. There's like little switch things underneath.
Are they like the switches for the turbo?
It could just be the switches to like unlock the joysticks so you can replace them or whatever. But
no, they just lift. If it's like the Xbox, they just lift out. You just lift them off. They're just like magnetic. So we'll see.
Could be.
But
what are all the switches on the back mean? I don't know.
The switches on the back, like up the top next to the.
No, there's like a bunch of like indent. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the speed. So that'll be the.
Okay.
That's the tenseness for the triggers.
Oh.
So you can change it to be. You can change the triggers to be like. So you just push in and that's all you need, like the tiniest push, or you can make it so like really loose and stuff like that, or normal.
That's interesting, especially with the. How is that going to work with the haptics?
I have no idea.
Triggers.
Yeah, I mean,
in the actual DualSense,
the controller still has haptics and everything. So yeah, we shall.
But like obviously the tension of like the bows and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, maybe it disables it.
How does that work?
Maybe yeah.
Maybe the window is a little bit different. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I'll have everything that you sort of expect and want. As someone, yeah,
I bet. Only thing it's going to launch it with white, only white, right?
Yeah, I think so.
That's the only thing.
Yeah. So I know it's a PlayStation show, but so here's the Xbox one for comparison for video viewers. Ew, yeah, I know. So, but you see these. I don't know if you can sort of see it. These literally just lift off. Like you don't have to do anything, and then they just like magnetically just sit them back on. So if the PlayStation one's anything like this, that's the same. It's good. I assume it's going to be similar. Now, I've never used all the parts of the Xbox Pro controller, and I wouldn't use all of them for the DualSense Edge either. Like, not all of the features. I don't feel like you need to get everything you need to out of this controller. Like, the things I like the most are just the back buttons, the fact I have changed the tension in the back trigger on my Xbox between a racing game because it's made it easier to sort of do that. I know people change it for shooters and maybe even fighting games. I think I've read maybe it can be helpful for that sort of thing. But obviously, you find what's best for you. You don't need to suddenly go hectic and be changing the thumb sticks for every game you're playing and all this sort of gibberish. So, but just having a back button back. Oh, life changer. Can't miss that shit. So I'm excited. Can't wait to get one. Let's go into PlayStation Productions for this week and kick it off with a little bit about Horizon. Kotaku writes early in the summer news broke that Sony was going to bring its sci-fi RPG franchise Horizon Zero Dawn to the small screen via Netflix adaptation. Watching the post-apocalyptic human battle big-ass robot animals sounds like something that could work as both a game and a TV concept, and Sony's eager to test that theory. Specifically, Deadline reports that Steve Blackman and Michelle Laverta will handle show-running duties for the series. If you watch sci-fi during the 2010s, her name will sound familiar as she created the series Lost Girl, 2010 to 2015, and Killjoys, which ran from 2015 to 2019. As for Blackman, he's currently the showrunner for Netflix's The Umbrella Academy, which was recently announced to be ending with its upcoming 4th season. Horizon is part of an overall multi-year deal Blackman made with Netflix to via his production banner Irish Cowboy. He'll serve as co-creator and write for both his and a thriller series called Orbital from brothers David and Keith Lynch. What do you think about the creative heads of the potential Horizon series coming to Netflix?
Yeah, it's promising. Obviously, I enjoyed Umbrella Academy. This was kind of tied in with, the announcement that this next season is going to be the last season, which makes sense both story-wise for that show and then also leading into them working on this Horizon show. Killjoys is a show that I've heard positive things about and would begin to check out at some point down the road. So, yeah, I mean, it seems like a good fit. And, I think the important thing is with the Umbrella Academy adaptation, it's like it wasn't 100% true to the comics. They just did what was best for the show, which is what you have to hope they go and do with Horizon, especially when they're talking about it being not necessarily completely Aloy's story and like kind of telling the story of the humans during the Horizon Zero Dawn project, and that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I'm positive on this news, based on just their track record. So,
yeah, I am too. I mean, I like. I haven't caught up on Umbrella Academy, but I like what I've watched. Obviously, I feel like there's that show has timeline and time travel. So
time travel.
The show has time periods. Switch. It's all the same. There's no robot dinosaurs, but has weird stuff in it. So yeah, it all adds up. It's all fine. So keen. I feel like it's in good hands, hopefully. So keen to find out more. Makes me wonder if they'll fast track it. Like, hey, go get Umbrella Academy done, and as soon as that's like while you're in post on that, you're in pre on this sort of thing. Then you can release Umbrella Academy last season, and this is out like 6 to 8 months later. Not like 2 years later.
Maybe. I mean, they could be reasonably far along. I mean, if they've got ideas of how they want the show to be. I mean, I wouldn't put it past it. It's not unheard of to be in post. I still think it won't be till like 2024 at the earliest.
Yeah, but still, that's probably where I'm thinking. Like, that's still fast.
And that's ambitious, I think, yeah.
That's still fast, so. And then the last story is filming has concluded on Twisted Metal. So, the PlayStation Lifestyle rights here, the action comedy is, of course, set to premiere on Peacock. Not here in Australia. We'll star Anthony Mackie as a wisecracking amnesiac. Scriptwriter Michael Jonathan took to Twitter with the news that shooting had wrapped on the first season of Twisted Metal. He celebrated the work of the cast and crew's work with these words, quote, "The cast and crew of Twisted Metal was now something special, even with lightning delays, extreme heat, and cars that wouldn't do as they're told. Everyone worked as hard as they could to make sure Twisted Metal kicked as much as possible. The last day of shooting felt like the last day of camp, with lots of laughs, a few tears, and ice cream being handed out the back of Sweet Troop's truck. We all cannot wait for you to see this insane thing we spent our summer shooting. Now to post." I feel like they shot this very quick. Does it not feel like weeks ago we were just talking about casting and the potential of this, and now they're done? That's crazy.
Well, I mean, they could have announced the casting while they were actually shooting.
Well, I'm pretty sure they were, but it's just crazy that it's done. No? Like, it went from being like, man, I can't believe they're doing this to... we could be watching this by the start of like next year, early next year or some shit.
I mean, that would be I think early next year is probably a bit of a stretch.
Yeah, I don't think, but I mean, we could, but it's more likely like mid next year. But
yeah,
I'll put it out after Last of Us. I know they're on different.
Look to see
it's not like HBO and Peacock are going to talk, but it would be silly for them to put it out while Last of Us.
I mean, yeah, filming began in May and now it's finished here in August. So I guess it depends on how many episodes there were.
I'm going to guess 8.
Obviously, it's TV. No, I don't believe they're like, I think from reports, they're like 20-something minute episodes. So that, obviously that doesn't take as long to shoot episodes. But, I assume there's going to be a fair portion of post-production work required.
Why would you say that?
Because they're in cars doing crazy stunts.
Yeah, it's all real.
They just need to green stuff out.
Nah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're not driving on real roads and like with real traffic and that kind of stuff. So.
Crazy. I'm keen for a trailer. I can't wait to see what this thing actually looks like now that they've done.
Yeah.
Now Samoa Joe can come back and wrestle.
Oh, that would be cool.
Fendi's Ring of Honor.
Stay tuned to AEW, am I right?
Yeah. No, Ring of Honor.
Ring of Honor.
That's where he's got a belt for.
But I mean, there's no Ring of Honor weekly show, is there?
No.
Exactly.
True. I wonder if AEW is allowed to promote this when it comes out. Probably not, no.
No, because I believe WWE's got the connection to Peacock.
That's true.
Which this is coming out on. So it would be a little bit weird.
That would be a little bit weird. Damn. I was hoping I could have some like he could come to the ring in like a clown mask or some shit. I don't know. At this point. All right. I'll do it.
One more news story.
Oh, what the fuck? I missed one. Oh, right. Yeah, I forgot about this.
You missed one.
You added one. Yeah. No, I did say this in the week. I forgot. Good point. Deadline writes Gravity Rush film based on PlayStation game in works from PlayStation Productions and Scott Free. Exclusive PlayStation Productions and Scott Free Productions have launched development of Gravity Rush. Film based on a 2012 action-adventure video game of the same name, which Mastro, Secret Society of Secret-Born Royals, is attached to direct by a script by Emily Jerome. Pinoticon? The open world PlayStation video game developed by Japan Studios Project Siren and published worldwide by Sony Computer Entertainment has players controlling Cat, an amnesiac with the ability fucking ripping off Twisted Metal. With the ability to manipulate gravity, who uses her powers to defend the floating community of Hecksville from gravity storms and a mysterious race of monsters known as Nevi. It's not yet clear who will produce the Gravity Rush film, and while PlayStation Productions falls under the Sony umbrella, it's similarly unclear whether this pick will be distributed by the studio. Yeah, I don't. What do you think? Random, I feel.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of put it in the same bucket as Days Gone, I guess. This property that they're not really doing anything in the games world anymore, to the extent where they kind of closed the studio that made the Gravity Rush games. But, I guess, again, this is a case of like introducing it to a new audience. It sounds like the director is mostly from television, so I think it's not like they're getting somebody big to make it. You know what I mean? Yeah, it just seems like at this point it seems like, hey, we've got this IP. Does somebody want to do something with it?
It's a random pool. I know like people love the game, the franchise. Shout out to Drew from House of Mario. But
yeah,
it is like, the second one came out years and years and years ago. It's long dormant, long dead, and even then it wasn't a popular thing. And it's an anime game, like it's anime, like it's not like I can't even picture how you make this into a movie. I cannot even begin to picture how you make this into a movie. I can picture how you make this into an animated movie, not a live action movie.
Well, first thing you do is you set it in a Western city. Then, she has gravity powers.
That's your...
That's it.
All right. Solved problem. Good job. Yeah. Done.
Yeah, I know very little about Gravity Rush, so...
I played the first one, I never played the second one. And I can barely remember what I played in the first one because it was over 10 years ago.
I think is pretty, the basic building blocks are there. Young girl gets powers, fights evil monsters, Let's go to appeal to a certain segment of the audience, even if it doesn't necessarily is true to the video games. There's going to be an audience that would be interested in watching that.
Yeah, sure. All right. Now that'll do it for this week's episode of...
Well, wait, no.
Platinum Explosion.
Actually, I did want to shout out. I got that Cult of the Lamb Platinum.
Actually, yeah. Shout out the Cult of the Lamb. No, they patched it. You can do the trophy.
They patched it. I don't know if you... Have you played it since it's been patched? Did you have a thing where you only had 6 people who could go into your temple when you're doing rituals and stuff?
Yes, I was aware. Yeah, and that was a bug. I saw them tweet about that or whatever.
That was a bug.
Yeah.
When I went and replayed it, I'm like, I'll do some rituals to boost everybody's thing. There was 20 people came in. That makes this game much easier. Mm-hmm. Now you can kill people, you can sacrifice people much easier before, they die. Because you've got everybody coming into the same place. Or you can sacrifice dissenters when they are dissenting against you.
How hard was it to find whatchamacallit?
I think because I'd gotten to the end game, it was one run and I got 5 snail shells.
Are they just random or what?
Yeah, it's random. It's in 2 of the zones, the first 2 that you unlock. They just show up randomly. But yeah, they just appeared very quickly. Again, because I'm pretty sure it's I'd banked up the randomness, I guess, or whatever.
You banked up the randomness.
Yeah, but I'm sure there was a certain amount, in the back end, there's a certain amount of rooms you have to do before, you get a snail. So yeah, love that Plat. Get it. It's good. Great game. Cold Lamb.
Proud of you. Good job. You too can earn a platinum trophy.
Now you can earn a platinum trophy.
By heading over to explosionhour.com/support, we can donate as little as $1 to help keep the show, the mic, and the website going. Of course, if you want to let us know your thoughts on anything we talked about this week, head to explosionhour.com/Twitter or explosionhour.com/Discord to find our Twitters or join our Discord to all the things there. And until next week, remember, every trophy counts.